Hello everyone, welcome to the start of a new series called Dumpster Diving. This is going to be a series where I go over lower ranked players, seeing their replays and trying to give my piece, I guess, on how they could be better. I am a solo queue PC player. I solo queued all the way up to GM3, which is currently my peak. It is high elo, I swear. And so we'll be looking at Greengang223. This is someone from my TikTok. I'm actually going to be looking at this game here. From what I saw of their profile, they are a group main. I would kind of say group one trick, not like totally. We'll go to the statistics so that you can see. But they primarily play Groot with 42 hours around about, and then their next being C&D at like 23. So pretty much the threshold to get them to Lord, pretty much. Past that, there's not a whole lot, but it's sort of like dabbling in other characters, like doing enough to know them somewhat. It's a pretty underrated Hela skin. I kind of like this. Okay, so here we are in the game. This is Platinum 1, I believe. And it is also on PlayStation. Wow, someone is Champion BP on PlayStation. Champion, like, Namor, I can kind of see or expect, but Black Panther, yeah, that's a that is something. I guess getting a Namor ban in there does make sense. Enemy team banned C&D. Magneto. Alright. I don't want to seem like that guy, but it does kind of smell of, maybe someone is using a tracker here, because going 2 for 2 seems a little odd. Okay.
Pick your hero or villain. I'm not judging.
Gambit is still a pretty standard ban. I don't think I really saw Black Panther in like the kind of like end screen of the game. Maybe I'm just blind and I didn't see him there. Okay, let's find our Groot. Now, I don't know the most about Groot. I don't really have all that much time on him, so I don't think I can really speak as to how one should play Groot, but I will give like my my best advice on how to tank. I want to say, like, in general. I have I have like around 120 hours in the tank role. Is it? Or is it more? I think it's more. I like that he kind of set up these like these two walls here, that one and that one, because like I'm getting a lot of input delay here. These walls, as I'm sure everyone knows about Groot, they obstruct line of sight. Plus, they're put behind like the hood here, so he didn't actually see these walls, and he took a lot more damage and was forced to engage here. So this I feel was really, really good.
Looks like the mission area is yours to capture now.
Gonna go into free can. I do not want to go down. From what I can see here. Okay, so that's the issue, I guess, because Groot's health is taking a huge hit, and he was forced to use his bubble to, you know, save his life and such. This is still good pressure that he was putting onto the enemy team, but he's got 4 people all kind of looking in his direction, while both of his supports are not. Well, actually, no. Only one of his supports is looking in his direction. Or, sorry, only one of your supports is looking in your direction. Who do you have on your team here? You do have a Daredevil who looks like he's coming back from spawn. Alright. If they're able to do something about the Black Panther here, that seems ideal, especially since both of the DPS kind of seem to be focusing the back line, which isn't something that Groot can properly handle since he's very slow. Yeah, so I'm suspecting that he'll probably die here because he's getting a lot of like bullets to the face. You're just literally eating lead cereal from the hood here, because this is where like your supports are, or I guess where one of your supports were. Yeah. There's definitely got to be something done here. I want to say with the DPS, more so with Daredevil, since he has the best peeling capabilities out of any of the DPS. You're running a pretty hard dive comp with your Daredevil here, Venom, and Spider-Man. I don't think their their backline should be really as open. It should be a lot of pushing power going forwards because you have so many people in the backline. There's also like the issue with that being there's only one diver and no one can really peel for him. So I feel like if you are going to run a more dive focused comp, you want to have someone who's good at peeling, because all of your dive characters won't be able to peel. Daredevil here is trying to kill, I assume, Rocket, since he's on screen, alongside Venom. Black Panther, he doesn't really have anyone who can stop him. Though he does seem to be looking at Spider-Man for some reason. This seems like a very odd matchup. Anyways, yeah. All you have for peels here is, well, you. That's it. She doesn't do very well into, what on earth is that pose? She doesn't do very well into dive because her self-sustain isn't all that great. And she does have the team up, but then again, she's not really doing all that hot into dive. Like, let's just look at the stats here. Yeah, she's not really getting a whole lot of value in with like 692 heals. Yeah. You seem to... Is that like a habit where you always place the wall there? It's good that you're looking at her here, and you know you're getting this support to be super super extended and stuff, like where she literally cannot heal her team. But there is a pretty big issue with that. You are Groot. Who would have thought? You're a large, slow-moving tank. Your whole thing is holding the space in front of you. You want to be, I guess, looked at, sort of. When you are walking forwards with your team, you are what's allowing them to walk. So, if you go too far away from your team, they will no longer be able to really walk anywhere because they don't have a frontline tank. They don't have someone to kind of eat the bullets and push the space. And that's, again, something you'll run into a lot as like an issue with a dive composition, because dive inherently does not have good, like, I guess, pressure. They're good at burst, but they can't stay there. That's why they lose to Brawl, because Brawl can stay there. You, as Groot, are very, very far away from like the rest of your team. Let me go up here. Yeah. So your team, while on point, and Luna has died again, your team is pretty spread out. Like, you have Venom way back there, who looks like he just took the beating of a lifetime, and you're all the way over here. Is this your fault? Not really. You can't exactly help what other people play, but I do think you should be a touch more mindful on how you are playing with who you're playing with. That's a good play there, trying to keep the Jubilee out there so she still really can't do anything. Yeah, I kind of expected to see that happen. Okay, so you definitely do kind of have like a favorite spot for the wall. It's a good pick. I believe as Groot you can place walls around the amplifier here, and it will actually block off the things that are boosting them and such. Yeah. I think that's how that works. Again, I don't really play Groot all that much, so I don't really know. But I do kind of like what I'm seeing, aside from sort of the like the staggering. Spider-Man, like, yeah, he's super fast. He can come back into the fray like literally whenever, but Luna was like still dead while you guys were walking forwards. Let's see where she is right now. Yeah, so she's back. But that was a little while ago, while she still had maybe 5 or so seconds on the respawn. I personally like to wait until everyone's alive and we're all together before we start pushing, but yeah, that's just my thing. I see that you're looking back now, because like your supports have died a few times. Yeah, just then would have been a real great time to turn around, but it's a good thing that BP didn't do anything. It's good on you. Stepping in front of it. I feel like what you... Did you have the walls? Probably. Good pick on the rocket. Okay. Your team is starting to really pull it together now, which is it's good to see. Yeah, y'all had like a few times where like you seemed a little disoriented. Yeah, I think you were trying to like body block Luna with like with Deadpool on her, but that didn't really work all too well. Yeah, she's not doing too hot into like into this comp. Does she swap off? No, she does not. Good little pick there. And you guys should clean it up. Yeah. Alright, just gonna skip ahead until we're out of the next door here.
All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
For what I am about to do.
Yeah, so I see that you definitely want to like protect Luna, and yeah, she just died there, but you can't really, again, like you can't peel all that well. Good pick there, on Groot. Oop, got another one. That's pretty good. Yeah, you get two. 2 for 1 is a good trade. You got both of their supports. Yeah, so they hold on. Did you guys trade supports there? You did. Okay, well your supports are going to be coming back faster, but your team is fighting at a disadvantage even without supports. Kind of interested to see how this is handled. Not even a little bit. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. Yeah, I feel like at around this point, there's got to be a lot more, like, talking going on to, like, yeah, because you had died here, and Luna is just now coming back because what you didn't have, like, heals there. I feel like at this point is normally where I would either swap to someone else to be a little bit better at peeling, because the supports have died a lot. Right, like, yes, their supports have died more, but yours have died 7 times, as opposed to everyone else dying 3 or 4 times. Sorry, a whole lot is going on, so I probably wasn't heard all that well. Your supports have died 7 times each, while everyone else on your team has died like 3 or 4 times respectively. This is kind of telling. At least it is for me, right? Reading the scoreboard is kind of my way of looking at what the team kind of needs. And if I'm looking at this, I'd literally just say, okay, well, I can't peel very well as, you know, my character. And I feel like I'm still doing decently well. I think either I or someone else should swap, or someone else needs to play a bit more defensively to help protect the supports, because obviously the supports are kind of like the most important people on your team. So letting them just kind of die willy-nilly is definitely not a good thing. You want them to survive so that they can keep you alive. Yeah, you are taking a ton of damage. You were at like half health for the longest in Luna's ultimate. You were taking damage like crazy. Okay, I expect this to go to round 3. Yeah. This should be the area where like some swaps are made. Obviously the game is on the line here, so I think some like some words should be shared. Let's you know, like let's talk with the team. What's going on? Dive worked in the first half. Okay, that's great, but they swapped and we haven't. Should probably think about swapping, because what they're doing is working, because it's stopping what we are doing, or what we were doing.
Whatever. As long as you keep the dad jokes to a bare minimum, I'm cool.
Aw, when did my spunky little valley girl grow up to be so uno?
When she got turned into a
Oh yeah, he's doing the tech.
horseman of apocalypse.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All you need to do is capture the mission area.
Okay, I'm gonna pause here and like come right back. I know this is a little unorthodox, but I kind of feel like I really need to clean my ears, so I'm gonna like cut this bit out, and then we'll just kind of jump right back to me being back in my chair.
Got it?
Okay, everyone, I'm back. It took like maybe 2 minutes.
And now I think they're great.
I am a little concerned to see that like still nothing has been done in regards to swaps. Like, I assume one of your supports is going to die here. Yeah, so like Jubilee is already dead. I really feel like something has gotta change here, because like Hulk, yeah, he can die, but he can also peel pretty well. Magic, same thing. Punisher, really good at anti-dive. Best y'all have got is Daredevil. Right now I know you guys win this match, but it's not looking too good at the moment. I do like that you all are waiting to regroup here. It's kind of an odd ult from the Hulk. He's super dead there. God, like he literally jumped into your entire team for some reason. Maybe that's just platinum, I guess.
You need me. We captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
All You know, I see a lot of people trying to block the Hood's ultimate for some odd reason. It like I feel like we were all there when we were looking at like the dev video. It was Doctor Strange clearly trying to block the Hood's ultimate, and I still see Doctor Strange's trying to like float up and block like the Hood's ult, and then he just dies like a stupid death. We're gonna ignore that ult, because like he's still taking all of the damage because the Hood's bullets go through shields. I think they go through like Groot walls as well, because I think they're just counting that as shields.
Their team's capture progress has passed the halfway point.
But yeah, little thing about the Hood. Let's read the stats here again. Okay. Their supports are dying. That's good. Your supports are dying. That's bad. Now, I have to assume that you're solo queuing here. So, oh, how about that? Okay, pretty good target priority, yeah. Looking at the important people who need to die. Die. I'm gonna be honest, I feel like I was saying something a second ago and I completely forgot. Like, I just lost the track of it. I expect what's going to happen here is you guys are going to win the next team fight, and then that'll be the game. Okay, no, it does not go through Groot walls. That is a really, really interesting thing to know. Enemy team is pretty like overextended here, like, and they're staggered. So yeah, this seems like where the game just ends. Okay, that was a pretty decent wall there.
Nowhere yet. Going to overtime.
Should be a. I mean, he's not gonna do anything. If he gets found, he's gonna die. Oh, no, he's actually back in the fight. Okay, good pick. Oh, and it was more or less a C9. Everyone else was off the point, and it was only White Fox who ended up dying on it. Okay. So, what I can take away from this game is you've definitely got to put some more time into other roles, I guess. Not like necessarily, oh yeah, you should play support more, you should play DPS more. No, you should play other tanks, because that seems to be your thing. You should play other tanks who are good at other things. So if you're gonna learn a dive tank, I'd say definitely learn Venom. He's a pretty forgiving dive tank to you know, just start learning, and he's pretty decent right now, even after his nerfs. If you want to learn a brawl tank, that's already Groot. He's really good in brawl. Poke, I guess, like, yeah, Magneto, because I mean, he's Magneto, right? If you are going to be a good tank player, you've got to have a good mag in the bag, right? But you can also play the Hood. He's like all right, I'll say. And Doctor Strange. Those are kind of like some tanks that are good at doing some like all around things. They're the kind of tank where much like Groot, if you're good enough, the game will just the game will just end because you said it did. I'll go on to a game that you lost here. Sorry. With all that said, I'm going to be going to another game. Since you won this one, I'm going to go into a game that you lost to see what could have been done to maybe try and eke out a win. Alright, here we are with, it's a different game, and this one you do actually end up losing, so I'm going to try and figure out what was happening throughout it. We'll just kind of skip over the bans here. It's not like the most crucial thing. It's pretty similar to what happened last game. Mag, Gambit, Thing, no more. Pretty straightforward. So you are leaving the you're leaving the spawn as Venom?
Stay strong.
Yes, you are. Okay.
So, you're the new spy master I've been hearing so much about.
Apparently, my agents need.
Okay.
That one hurt.
I do want to mention I have Lord Venom, or see like up to Colonel. I guess I'll try to you know what I'll do? At like the beginning of the video, I'll have a section where I just kind of talk about my relevant heroes that you play, or no, I'll try to fit in. I need to be better at editing. I need to find a way to put like my time on Venom here, so that you kind of see that I have some sort of like receipt, so that I know what I'm talking about, I guess. But excuse me. I see here that you are going triple dive again. Not totally recommended, but you have White Fox, who can at least kind of do a little bit of something to help against enemy dive, which they also have. Dive seems like a really, really popular thing on console, because like it's happened in both games now, where it's just like triple dive and the enemy team also has dive. Anyways, just getting off topic there. What I wanted to talk about was you here on Venom. You swing, so like you oh my god, you use your swing, and you also use your slam. I swear I can speak English. Okay. You don't really want to do that. Right now, you're going to have to wait a few more seconds before you're able to engage again. So what I like to do when I'm rolling out is I'll usually only use my swing, or I'll just run to wherever I'm going. Because Venom, he runs on walls. He can do that, and he does run faster on walls and ceilings than he does run on the ground. So I'll normally just stick to a wall and start running along that to get to wherever I need to be. I don't really need to use any of my cooldowns because, well, the fight hasn't started yet. My god, this freaking my PC does not like your Penny. Okay, already we have an issue. If you are diving as Venom, instead of going here, right, and then swinging all the way through, like, to make sure that their Luna can see you, right? Because, like, this is, she hears your footsteps, one, and then she just sees you zip by right there, and then you slam in. So you've used your swing for, like, aura, I guess, and then you slam in right in front of her face. So, like, mind you, like, White Fox is here, and she is within healing range of Luna. Oh my god, what in the world is happening here? Who's able to keep her up because you're over here, not even really looking at White Fox, totally. This is your White Fox. She's, like, super lit. I'm pretty sure she's about to die here. Like, from, like, to the enemy White Fox. Because Luna's just looking at her. What I assume is going to happen here is your White Fox is going to die. Luna's going to keep healing her White Fox. And you're going to more than likely die because Iron Fist is up here. He, I want to assume, is diving because he's using the Thing team up. And is he going to dive? Where's your Luna? She's here. He's probably gonna turn around to kill you because you're, like, free eats right here. That, or look at your Luna because she is completely by herself. Like, all she has is Penny, who isn't even looking at her. But yeah, I assume you're going to die. BP might escape. Maybe. And yeah, Daredevil's not even in the picture here. Yeah, like, you see here, you're using this team up. By the way, if you're going to use any unupgraded team up, I recommend using the Blade team up for Venom. If you're going to have the upgrade, definitely go for Phoenix. Super strong. Okay, you managed to clean that up, and you killed White Fox. That's good. I don't really know why you're just not doing anything here. You can definitely, like, at least try to attack magic, get some amount of ult charge, right? Not really just stand here, right next to point. Because, like, Luna is also right there. You have your swing and your slam, so you can actually just dive her and push her back into spawn where she won't be able to properly heal her tank anymore. Now, to go back a few seconds as to that, like, that circus of an initial dive right here. If you are diving as Venom in this area, the thing that you want to do is just immediately dive from up here. You want to be on the top floor, because they have to, like, look not only away, but they have to look up and away from their team if they're going to look at you. Plus, since you will be airborne before you dive, you can use your slam and not have to use your swing from, like, here, which was really odd, because, like, you swung all the way up here and then slammed back down when you could have instead just ran up the wall if you're gonna, like, continue to come out from this way, and then slam. That is your ideal entry, because should Iron Fist just look at you and be like, I should probably hit their venom because, you know, he's diving my supports, then you have the ability to just swing away. And there's a lot of space for you to swing here. You can cover all of this ground and make it like way back to where this magic is if you still had your swing. Now, of course, this went okay, right? You know, you still managed to you managed to kill White Fox. That happened. But it was kind of haphazard. You know, it didn't feel very fluid. Kind of just felt like it was something that managed to happen, and you sort of just went with it. Hopefully this helps on how you go about playing Venom. Just try to prioritize your swing, especially since the cooldown on it is much longer. Well, I say much longer. It's only 2 seconds longer, but that can be the difference between you living and dying. So try to make sure you don't use your swing when you engage. Did you actually dive the Luna like I had said you could have done? Okay, so you're at 521. I normally don't like diving if I'm not at like full health, so I wouldn't dive like immediately here, especially since now you are at basically half health. You're much easier to kill. Okay, you have once again used your swing for like no reason at all. You were like right here. You could have just climbed this wall. Because I assume what's going to happen is you're going to dive. Yeah, so you dived right back in. I don't entirely know why you did this while White Fox is back now. Yeah. So you haven't got a lot. You actually can't escape, and this is, I assume, why you had died, because all you have is, I'm not sure if you guys can hear that. I'm probably gonna turn that off, but it just kind of makes noises, and so I have a heater in my room. But you have no way of escaping here. Like your swing is on a cooldown still. Or it's not back just yet. You actually would have been able to swing out and away if you didn't use it to enter. And of course you died. Now let me go turn that thing off so it doesn't make any more noise. All right.
I'm ready to put on a show.
Good disengage. That was a good disengage. You don't really have your team here. Okay, so what I do want to kind of mention is, as Venom, you can just like jump and dive all the way down here. You can also just you can climb up that. Or if you want to get out of spawn faster, you can run on the ceiling and then slam. But you kind of waste a cooldown by swinging here. I mean, of course, your entire team is about to die in a second. They use like 3 ultimates. But it's just something I feel I should mention, because you seem to swing a lot, but you don't really get a bunch out of that swing. Also, try to make sure that you're canceling your swing so you can just fly places. Because what you could have done was like immediately cancel your swing so that like you maintain your momentum and just end up flying forwards for the most part.
I got this.
Okay. Yeah, let's talk about that. So, right here, you are diving both of their supports. Yeah. And where is your Daredevil in this? He is fighting Iron Fist, it looks like. So, the first thing that you kind of made as like a mistake here is their tanks can see you. This is bad. As a dive, you want to remain unseen. You're basically playing stealth mode until you engage. So just sort of blatantly swinging into their backline, like you are flying back there while in broad daylight. Yeah, that's a huge mistake because they have two anti-dive tanks who are relatively close to their supports, meaning they can turn around and peel for you without much issue. Right? Like this is literally Emma's POV of what you just did.
I have faith in you, Herbie. Don't make me regret it.
Yeah, so like she sees you clear as day flying into her backline. And so like she hears that, and now she's turning around. Cause like the time for her to turn around to come help her supports, it's like nothing at all. Cause Emma is fairly slow. That's kind of always been her thing. But she's really, really strong if she's able to reach you. Like if you're in her space, Emma is at an advantage. That's kind of her thing. But she's slow, so it's hard for her to get into those areas in order to be strong. So if you're this close to an Emma where she's just so freely able to turn around and peel for you, yeah, you're making a huge mistake. You dived both of their supports while they're together. Normally, if I'm going to dive a support, I'm not gonna do it while they're together because they can just out heal the damage that I do. They heal a lot. So I'll try to go for a support that is just kind of out and about, far away from their team because they're by themselves. They won't win if it's a 1v1 against me. However, you are in a 1v2 and you just got CC'd to freaking Kingdom Come, and Emma is about to grab you, slam you, and kick you. And then you'll die. You don't really want to be seen. That's kind of what this is going towards. If you are playing dive, you want to play stealthily. The element of surprise is your biggest advantage, pretty much. If they don't know that you are there, then they won't know how to respond to you. Well, I mean, obviously they will once they do realize that you're there, but they won't know like immediately. Luna and White Fox saw you swinging in, and they had all of their cooldowns to just stop you. So right here, it's good that you are waiting. It doesn't appear as though they've seen you. Yeah, because Iron Fist, he doesn't seem to be...
I have faith in you, Herbie.
Oh, no. He definitely saw you. And you were... You are engaging here. Yeah, okay, so Luna sees you. Luna sees you here. If they are able to spot you before you dive, just disengage. Because now they are prepared, right? And I assume you get frozen by Luna here, and you probably die again because Emma is also right there alongside White Fox. this is not a great time to dive. I personally would have just decided to like hide up here. That, or before I engage, I'd probably try to hide over here, since they will not be able to see me like walking out of spawn. Sorry. And then up to here, because they're all back here at the moment. So what's gonna happen is or what you could have done was walk from here into this area where they still won't be able to see you, and then you can dive from here.
System error.
Okay, so gonna just kind of go over this one again. You have a sort of routine, right? Like what I feel like I'm seeing here is that when you play dive, you're kind of just diving the supports, right? And like, yeah, that's obviously the point of playing dive, but you're not properly doing it. It feels like you're just throwing yourself at the supports regardless of who you pass, because that's who you're playing, right? Like, okay, I'm playing Venom, I should attack the supports. It's not really like that. You had just swung in again, and you're diving into a penny nest, which is not great. So Iron Fist is here. Going up this way would have been bad for you, which is normally what I guess I would have done, right? Just get high ground, don't need to waste don't need to waste my swing, and I can dive in by just jumping off from someplace. Your like biggest issue here is that like you are just throwing yourself at the supports, because Emma is right here, and while yes, she did just use her grab and slam, Penny is right, like you dive right into Penny. Like, she sees you clear as day just diving in. And she just set down her nest. So yeah, you immediately attach your tendrils, right? But you're diving both of the supports at the same, like this has been pretty consistent like throughout the match. You're diving both of them at the same time when they're able to heal each other. And people are able to focus you. You got 4 people, pretty much, right? 4 people are looking at you, or you have their attention. This would be good if you're trying to stall, but Luna is able to clap and pierce and heal here, while Penny is able to just CC you. Emma is dead, actually. She's about to die right now. Like, Iron Fist, he's engaging your supports, I have to assume, because I did just see him flanking a second ago, and Magic is right there. You've got like a lot of people on you here. Like this is at the very least a 1v4. If you're able to hold them, cool, but this doesn't like say a whole lot, right? What you're doing. Yeah, because you've walked away a little. You've backed up, and now your tendrils are gone. It does slow people, so you kind of want to walk closer to them instead of, kind of walking back. So try to do that a bit more often if you're playing Venom. But let's just play this out and see what happens. Yeah, you kind of just get bursted down. I will say, I've kind of noticed that you don't really swap all that much. It's okay to swap. You're not doing dive anymore, so there's not even really a reason to play someone who's good at enabling it. Because right now you're just sort of diving by yourself. It's really useful if you have like a Moon Knight with you, because it can throw an Ankh at the supports, and that's a lot of extra damage that's being added on while you're all focusing them. But this is Platinum, so I don't really expect a whole lot of teamwork. You're running into Iron Fist, who has the Healing Fist team up active, which he's basically anti-dive right now. Luna just died, but she's got her White Fox team up, which is an extra CC ability, and it's enhanced. They've got White Fox, anti-dive support. Emma Frost, anti-dive tank, and Penny. There's like a lot of anti-dive here. Now you do actually end up swapping. I saw that, you know, in your like played heroes when I was when I was looking at the game before actually spectating it, you did actually swap, but you've reached like point 3, or like the third point, and you're still running it down on Venom. And I do mean like actually running it down. Like I don't think there is a better term for that. You just throw yourself at the supports. But I've already kind of gone in depth on how you can do that differently, how you shouldn't be throwing yourself at the supports. So I'm going to keep on with the gameplay. I'm sure you've noticed that I'm kind of cutting bits that I'm not really like talking about. I'm just going to points in the game where I want to I guess give you tips and stuff. This video is like already super long, so I'm just gonna try and just slim it down as much as I can.
This is gonna hurt.
Render me assistance.
I like that you're hiding here. This is good. This is good. Okay. White Fox should be dead here. Nice, nice. That's a good pick right there.
I am ready to put on a show.
Forcing Luna ult, that's good. Okay, you definitely didn't need to waste your ult there. I think you should have saved your Venom ult here, because the thing about his ult is it does percentage damage. I'm sure you know this. It's 50% of the target's, it's 50% of someone's current health plus, I think, 50 or like 45. And that's for everyone caught in it. So if you got White Fox and Penny and Magic and Luna here, you would take 50% of all of their like current health bars here, and you would inflict them with anti-heal. It's good to use your ult in response to a White Fox ult. I just now realized she has paw marks. That's actually kind of cute. it's good to use that in response to a White Fox ult because one, everyone is going to be around her. It's kind of ideal that you are so that you can receive the healing from her. Two, you can get a lot of bonus health from hitting everyone and White Fox, who has 900 health while she's in this form. Or I guess 1200 maximum, but she's at like 262 at the moment. She has a lot of health in her in her ultimate form here. So you can take half of that away. Like, just a reminder, you do gain you do gain bonus health based on like the damage that you deal in your ultimate. It's got like a it's got like a conversion of like 1 point something, I think. So you could have stalled for a very long time here if you saved your ult that you kind of used earlier on Penny. Okay, I've skipped ahead a little bit and I see that you are playing Rogue here. I didn't really see Rogue on
The battle starts in 5.
on like the list of heroes you play. I'll have to look back at it. Maybe I just missed it.
Well, look who's up to no good.
But yeah, the one thing that I can say is that playing Rogue into Penny and Emma, two of her counters, since Penny restricts the area that she can like effectively brawl in, and Emma, well, I mean, if Emma's near you, she's winning. It's not that ideal to play Rogue into this. What could be done, I'll say, is you could have went for Magneto. He's pretty good into this because he can, like, for Penny's Nest right here, he can just poke it down, and there's nothing that she can really do to stop that other than like trying to body block it. Though I guess you would find some issue with Iron Fist. Where in the world is Iron Fist here? Whatever. Magneto would work pretty well against their tanks, which kind of seems to be your issue here in this game. You're kind of struggling a lot with their tanks because the enemy tanks are just kind of preventing you from doing what you want to as Venom, and as I assume here in a second on Rogue. Yeah, I kind of figured that would happen. So let's rewind here. You're standing like right in the Penny mines. Like, I know you see this here. This is obviously very problematic for you on Rogue, right? So seeing that it's here, right? You could have gone this way and around. Now, would that have helped at all? Probably not, because I mean, look at their comp, right? But they are down 2 DPS who could have peeled, and their supports are actually pretty low. So you probably could have came in from like from the backside while your team is engaging from the front, because they've got they do have the advantage here, and Emma is currently busy, and her diamond form is, it's activated. So if you went around here instead of down this way, you probably could have gotten both of their supports. I think there's an argument for that. Yeah, you could have gone over to Emma here, like Emma and White Fox. You could have grabbed Emma, because you do have your grab. Yeah, you've got it. You could have grabbed Emma, become CC immune, and then just take on White Fox, and they wouldn't have been able to do anything to stop you, right? Because Luna is back here, she's occupied, White Fox is trying to heal her. It looks like Bucky is, yeah, he is shooting at White Fox. So this would have been a very, very good opportunity to dive, given that their team is very split apart. Okay, what I think you're trying to do here is, like, Iron Fist is somewhere back here, isn't he? Yeah, he is. So you must have been trying to, I guess, peel for him. You don't really need to peel for, like, Iron Fist by himself if he's, like, diving someone like Loki. Right. Iron Fist, he's definitely not gonna kill, like, he'll probably be a distraction for the most part, because, like, Loki is a very, very hard support to kill. Right? Like, he can be extremely tricky. I mean, he's the god of lies and trickery and all that nonsense, right? So yeah, you didn't really, like, need to be back there for your Loki, especially since Iron Fist is, like, completely on his own. I'm pretty sure you guys managed to like, take this and move on, but I did just kind of want to say that. Okay, never mind. Bucky died. Luna died on their team, so that's somewhat of a good trade. You've got 3 supports. Okay. Is Mantis banned? No. Okay, Mantis is not banned. All right. This is Platinum, so I'll give you guys some grace. You're running triple support, but you're not running, like, triple support heroes. You have White Fox, Invis, and Loki. 3, like, pretty high output healers. I really, really think we should just start normalizing running Mantis or Atom or Ultron as, like, a third support. If you're going to go third support, those should be the people that you play. Like, just ignore everyone else. If you're playing third support, Atom, Ultron, or Mantis. That's all you need to think about if you are going to swap to triple support, because too many people think that, like, triple support just, like, is the answer, because they think, oh yeah, well, everyone always says triple support is strong, so I should just run triple support because we're losing and we'll start winning. That's not the case. Triple support trades damage for sustain. And if you are not able to deal enough damage to kill the enemy team, you won't be killing anything. And so you'll just drag out the game. What should be done, as opposed to that, is running characters who can make up for the damage that you are trading off for triple support, because you're also nerfing your own support ultimate charges. You're not really a frontline tank, and neither is Penny. She's using the rocket team up, yeah. She could be a frontline tank if she's using the BP team up, you know, and she gets a shield, but she's not. The issue is that Bucky is your frontline here. This is where your Penny is. Now, of course, I would say, you know, this is where you are, but you're coming back from spawn. A lot of the times you're letting your Bucky just kind of do the frontlining for you, and while, yeah, he definitely has the bonus health generation to kind of sustain himself here, the fact of the matter is that he is a DPS. He could put on all the live long day, but that doesn't change the fact that he's just not a tank. He can't frontline properly. If the enemy team looks at him, he's going to die in an instant. In situations like these, being a tank is extremely difficult because you can't just play tank to play tank. Like, okay, we need 2 tanks. Let me just play someone. No. Playing tank means being able to enable your team. How would I play tank into this? If I'm looking at this team comp, I would definitely go something like Groot, maybe Strange, Magneto, someone who's able to properly hold the space in front of me and walk with my team. Bucky seems to be the guy that we're trying to focus on here. He's got 14 finals, so he's pretty clearly doing his job. He is getting those kills. So I want to enable him. Okay, so again, it sort of seems like you're swapping to tanks who don't really answer, I guess, the question that the enemy team is proposing to you guys. They are giving you a problem, and the characters that you are playing are not the correct answers to said problem. You definitely want to go for a tank that is better into this, right? This is poke and brawl, so dive is going to suck majorly here because the dive that would beat poke is being beaten by brawl. So what do? Poke, because they don't have any dive, right? Sure, there's Iron Fist, but you have you guys have your Penny, who is flanking, right? But Penny can control Iron Fist if you are able to play someone else, like Doctor Strange, Magneto, Groot. You have a very good Groot. So I'm kind of surprised that you didn't bring out your Groot here. I feel like that would have been probably the best play because he's really good into a comp like this. He can he can brawl pretty effectively. And there's no one to stop him from getting a really good ult because, well, I mean, there is no mag shield to catch it. There is no strange shield to block it. There's nothing like that. So you could have, you probably could have gotten a few good ults here as Groot. I definitely want to mention here that it seems like you kind of want to be everywhere, right? I know that you hear Iron Fist, which is why you end up kind of turning around to disengage from the front line to peel. Bucky is able to do that. If you're telling him like, hey, Bucky, can you put a leash on that Iron Fist? He'll do that. But at the moment, I can see why that you aren't, because you do have triple support, and it is kind of Bucky's job to put some people on t-shirts, right? Point being, if you're going to play these tanks who, you know, kind of excel at one thing or another, and you're going to be doing these things that, well, I really wouldn't say that, but these things like trying to peel, right, going from the front line to the back line to protect your healers. It would be extremely beneficial for you to play a tank who's good at being able to control more space without having to give up as much space. I'm hoping that makes sense. It does feel like you're giving up some space a lot of the time. Their White Fox was like, I think, yeah, you're hitting her right here. their White Fox was like in this area a moment ago. I feel like you could have created some space by going for her, because Thor does generate bonus health. So you could have helped yourself survive a little bit longer by making everyone kind of look at you while you're generating bonus health and trying to kill their support. And it very likely would have happened. That, or you force out a support ultimate, which could have been good, right? Your team loses this fight anyways, but it's something that you could have done, could have helped out. Instead, you ended up dying here, and your support, she ults like immediately after you die because she's frozen right now. Which, by the way, I only noticed recently that there is a special like stun animation if you are frozen. So that's kind of neat. Or I wouldn't say stun animation. There's like a special little icon thing that occurs here when you're spectating if you're frozen. Okay. So here's my final word. I definitely think you should take some more time to kind of flesh out your character pool in the tank role. Give some extra time to Venom in quick play, and do the same with Strange and Magneto. Kind of give them some more like time of day. I know that you've put a lot of hours into Groot, and I don't think that's bad at all. Your Groot is pretty good. Definitely underrated, and I feel like your Groot could have done really well into that game there. So I want to say, play what you're comfortable with, and try to expand your knowledge on like these other tanks. Try to get more comfortable on these other tanks. I hope that whatever I was able to tell you in this video is helpful, and that you're able to apply it in maybe your next match or the ones following that. And yeah, thanks for being episode 1 of dumpster diving. If I sound tired, it's because I'm recording this very early in the morning. Yeah, I was kind of putting this off because my mobile rival is like acting up. I'm getting like serious frame drops and lag and freaking input delay and stuff. So it's really weird. It was kind of putting me off from playing the game for a little bit, but I figured I'd just go out and record this. If anyone else wants to be a part of dumpster diving, just comment your gamer tag below. I'll make a video spectating you. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go to bed before I edit this, so yeah. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please give me a like. It helps a ton. Actually, I really want to keep doing stuff like this. It's actually kind of fun, and I would love it if I got a subscriber from this video. Yeah, that'd be awesome. See you guys later.